All right, so first thing, can you just state your name and spell it out?
Tim Rexius, Timrexius.
And your position?
I am the president and CEO of Rexius Nutrition Incorporated, Iron Heaven Gyms, and Vital Health International.
Okay. How do you prepare for the holiday shopping season?
Traditionally, we are kind of gearing up for right past the holidays when New Year's resolution starts, and that's kind of our Super Bowl season. So a lot of it during this time of year is healthy snacks, things that people can eat that are healthier, for the inevitable Christmas dinner and New Year's Eve celebrations, and then after that, it's more about the New Year's resolutioners. It's New Year, New Me type mentality. So traditionally, this time of year we stock up on healthy snacks, healthy foods, and then start stocking up for that New Year's push.
Okay. Have you ran into any issues as far as shipping and inventory?
Massive issues with this global supply and demand chain. You understand that we have 2,200 products in our stores. We have 31 locations across 9 states. So we're a little bit bigger than your average mom and pop, but we're also not a super giant of the industry either. So everything is shipped here in Omaha, Nebraska, and then we deliver to all of our locations from here. A lot of our products contain hundreds of ingredients, and a lot of these ingredients are sourced from other countries. There are certain kinds of ginseng that you can only get from China because that's that type of ginseng. There are certain kinds of different vitamins you only get sourced from certain countries depending on where it's grown. A lot of it's herbs and vitamins. Everything in these stores comes from natural substances, so you have to source those natural substances from manufacturers from all over the world. Being that we also own our own brand, we are on the manufacturing aspect as well, and it has become increasingly difficult. Prices have changed constantly. From the wholesale side, as far as us buying for the retail side, for the first time in my 20 years in this industry, people are putting us on automatic maximums. They're putting us on maximum amounts that we can buy at a time. Any time in my history, if I wanted to go and buy 500 or 1,000 of something, the salesman's high-fiving me, he's happy, I just made his paycheck. Now they're telling me I can only buy 50 creatines at a time. Okay. The problem is with as many stores as we have, that doesn't go very far. So it's becoming very interesting to say the least, because it's all about now who has stock to even sell in our industry. Shipping times have become absolutely insane. Where it used to take 6 weeks is now 16 to 24 weeks. And so then you have to project, you have to budget, because you have to put money down to even order these products. And so now that's in a lengthened amount of time that you're out of money waiting for something to show up. Something else that's interesting is no one is honoring contract pricing. So if you put 25 or 50% down on a product 16 weeks ago, you pay for the remainder 50 to 75% when it ships from the warehouse to your door, and the price may change 20, 30, 40% in that time, which has never been done. And it's not the manufacturer's fault in the United States. Their overseas contracts aren't being honored either. Because there's such a shortage on goods, the raw material manufacturers are going to get the absolute most amount of money that they can. So no one's honoring contracts in any country, which is affecting retail exponentially.
Jeez. Make sure this lighting still looks okay. We have a lot of people walking over there. Yeah, we're good. Okay.
This one usually videos pretty well because of the sunlight.
Yeah,
so
just shadows.
Oh yeah.
So how do you compete with online shopping, and how do you get people in the store?
This is something that's a true testament to our business model. Even during COVID, and it wasn't something we publicized at the time, most of our stores had record-breaking years. We've spent our last 20 years in the communities becoming part of the community. We're the guys that donate to the Stuff the Truck, right? We're the guys that donate to your kid's Little League team, the cookie dough fundraiser we see at Little League. So we base our business on building relationships and helping people, not just sales. Online is just sales. Well, you may like Amazon, but you have no relationship with anyone there. And when push comes to shove, and my guy Kyle behind the counter here created a relationship with you by helping you fix a problem, you have loyalty. And so that's how we compete against online, because we have expertise and relationship building that Jeff Bezos and Amazon can never create and can only hope to even get close to.
Yeah.
So in that aspect is, for us, we've had to eat a lot of the price increases because our prices are set with the online marketplace. So if Amazon hasn't got up in price yet, we can't go up in price yet. We already know what our competitors are. You'll find out that almost every retail store is very well aware of what Walmart and Amazon sell things for. And usually I'm cheaper. And that's a fact. because I know what I do. I have 6 children. I have 3 daughters. They are on Amazon all the time. I know what they're price shopping. So I want to make sure any customer that comes into a Rexius Nutrition store knows that we're the same price or better. So far this year, it's made it very interesting for us to compete because I'm actually making significantly less money making sure that the marketplace has set my price, even though the costs have gone up.
Yeah, the reason I'm bringing it up is I know GNC filed for bankruptcy maybe a year or 2 ago, and there's had several of the stores have closed around the city.
Yep.
Is that due to?
GNC COVID was an excuse. They were filing bankruptcy. They couldn't meet their fourth quarter demands in 2019. GNC has been sold 3 times since 2004. They are owned mostly by offshore companies in China. They didn't even get rescued through their bankruptcy. They actually got bought out more by Harbin Pharmaceuticals, which is a Chinese Communist Party company. GNC is owned by the Chinese Communist Party of China. And so the simple fact is they closed 2,000 stores in about 24 months. And if I'm a guessing person, the majority of the rest of them will close. Most of the franchisees have abandoned the name and have gone to their own. The ones that haven't probably will. A Vitamin Shop also filed bankruptcy in 2018, 2019, and was bought out by Liberty Tax Service. Then COVID happened. We don't know what's going to happen with that chain. Max Muscle abandoned all their franchises, so there are no more franchise Max Muscles pretty much anywhere. And I opened up 6 more. So we base our principles on something different. So.
Understand. Has online shopping, does it have any benefits for your company? Do you sell products online?
We do. We sold more online during COVID than we ever have because we do free shipping. It's in stock in the warehouse. And even though our stores are really our anchor into the community, there are some people, including, I say anyone under the age of 30, they don't want to call in if they don't live in town. They don't want to call in with a credit card. That's something my generation does. And so we've continuously upgraded our website. We are launching a brand new website. We've spent the last year and a lot of money upgrading the entire web platform. And so now with software, we are actually able to sync RexiusNutrition.com and live stream to all the inventory in our warehouse that is constantly updated on the second, every second of the day. Fairly shortly, every single franchise, every single employee, every single ambassador, affiliate with Rexius Nutrition across the United States will have their own link to the Rexius Nutrition website. So we do ship quite a bit, and we're planning on increasing that 10,000-fold.
Understood.
My expression I gave to my staff last night, and this is I put on my podcast, and I got a lot of crap for it, is Amazon has got a phenomenal business model, okay, and they have a phenomenal platform. And I'm very envious of it, but it doesn't scare me because there is no customer service with Amazon. And at the end of the day, customer service is what wins. So once my platform meets up to the level that Amazon has set, now you take on our customer service skills and our knowledge, and we have the platform, I win. And that's how we look at it. I look at it as a point for me to continuously work until I get there and stay in my niche. And this is my niche, and I'm going to own it.
What are some of your biggest selling products, top selling products?
Oh man, pre-workout, the entire pre-workout category. We have about 60 to 70 different pre-workouts we rotate in and out of the stores throughout the year. Pre-workouts are very, very popular. Protein drinks, obviously still very, very popular because we carry some of the highest grades anywhere tested in the world. Multivitamins this year especially, the last 2 years, multivitamins. They say an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and I think with everything with the pandemic the last 2 years, people want to try to take care of their own immune systems a little bit better. So those are probably some of the biggest things that we sell. The OPP protein popcorn, which is also a brand that I own, is now in 27 states and going to 6 new countries this year. It's all based out of Omaha here. That's probably, and Kyle can attest to it over there, that's probably one of our more popular snack grab-and-go items. It's in all the Hy-Vee locations here too. So.
Okay. Who are some of your biggest competitors locally?
I don't have any.
Don't have any? Okay.
You got to think, okay, 12 years ago when I started the first Rexius here in town, I had 13 more nutrition stores in Omaha than there are right now.
Yeah.
Since then, all the Elite Nutritions have closed, over half the GNCs have closed, all the Complete Nutrition went bankrupt. And then there's little old me. I just opened one in Council Bluffs, so we just keep expanding.
Do you think they just didn't have a good business model?
I think the fault is in the model, 100%. GNC's outdated and couldn't keep up with the times, and I think GNC wasn't very kind to their franchisees, which made a lot of their really good people leave to do their own thing. Complete Nutrition had a faulty business model on the fact that they had no customer retention. Their focus was on the first-time user who wanted to spend a lot of money for a quick miracle. And that doesn't produce consistent purchasing from the same customers. I'm about, what can I do to help you? I want to know your family. I want to know what your problems are. I want to solve that problem because I want to sell to 3 generations at once. I want you coming back in here in 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years. I want your kids doing business with me when they're at the age with my kids. And it's about building a community-long business, a multi-generational business. And so I give up profits in the beginning for relationships. In the end, the relationship will produce significantly more profits in the long term. So it's about not being greedy and doing the right thing.
Answer all these questions.
Well, I'll give you a few pieces, like just to give you an idea, like creatine, very popular ingredient. A lot of people know it. The 1993 Nebraska Cornhuskers, you can thank for why this nutrition industry became such a crazy thing in the early to mid 90s, where GNC was rated the #1 franchise in the world because they were the most well-known nutrition store. The Cornhuskers released it, in their championship years, they were using creatine, and every kid, including me, marched down to GNC with whatever money I could get from mowing lawns about a jug of creatine, right? I haven't seen an increase in creatine prices in 20 years. It's come from 93, it was very expensive, all the way down to 2001, 2000, 2003, got very, very cheap. It has not gone up. In fact, it's gotten cheaper. We have seen a 500% increase in cost on creatine. On the store level, you've seen a 200% increase in retail price. In the next 6 months, I'm telling you right now, it's going to go up another 300% on retail. What we sold for $29.99, buy one, get half off a year ago, will be $59.99 a singular jug, no deals. So we've been stockpiling, and that's part of my job is to forecast, right? So I've seen this coming down the pipe for a while. And so I keep very good contact, being with my businesses being as large as they are, with my raw material suppliers, my overseas contacts. And so I saw this starting to come down in June. So for the past 6 months, I've been spending, all my money in stockpiling. So we bought over a year's supply worth of creatine, over a year's supply of protein, and everything at our old price. So as the year goes on, we may be making less money now, but in the future, I'll be the only one that has anything left. And that's my protection for my stores, my franchisees, and my employees. And so sucralose. Sucralose has gone up 600% in cost in the last 90 days. That's your sweetener for all your diet and zero-calorie pops. We haven't even begun to see how bad this pricing change is going to happen in the economy. It's going to, in the next 90 days, rationing will happen on an epic scale. So.
How many shops do you have open in Omaha?
In Omaha, the metro?
Yeah, metro.
The entire metro? Shit. Six. So I've been selling off locations out of town to my managers and for cost and making them franchisees. So I sold Bellevue 3 months ago to my manager for cost. West Dodge, Council Bluffs I'll be selling as well. I'm selling Sioux City here in about 3 weeks. I sold Norfolk last year, which was the second store I ever opened. I'm selling Kearney as well. I eventually want to only own the 3 main ones here in Omaha in the warehouse, because my speaking engagements take me to 20, 30 states a year, and that's where a real passion for me is. We just opened up our 3rd Iron Heaven gym facility, so now we have 30,000 square feet of gym here in the metro, and we're probably gonna open a 4th one. BioHealth International took off so fast. We're talking talks with Dubai, Egypt, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, Brazil, Ireland, the UK, and so now I'm doing the international thing, especially with the popcorn. I just don't have the time. And 2, employing people has become more of a chore than it has ever been in my entire 20-some years in business. So it's, except for good kids like Kyle, who will show up to work. That's why I like you. So, but it is. I went from a staff of 37 to a staff of 15 here in Omaha in the last 30 days.
How does Rexius Nutrition tie into Iron Heaven?
I own both.
You own both? Okay.
Well, I own, so what happened was, don't use it like that, my business partner gets so pissed. Okay, so my big passion with the Now or Never podcast, we had 15 million audio minutes last year, and why I interview all these people is because I love entrepreneurship. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I own 5 total companies. I love the process, right? So the gyms here in town got bought out by, we'll call them Nemesis, and started doing a lot of contracts and a lot of stuff like that, and I just didn't agree with it. And I competed in a bodybuilding show in Los Angeles in 2017 at 36, and I won. Next oldest competitor was 20, and it was kind of fun. NPC? Classic Physique overall. Los Angeles Redondo Beach Classic. And on the way back from the airport, we went to a gym called Kratos Gym. It's closed now, but a friend of ours owned it. It was kind of God of War movie 300 painted on the wall. I love the movie 300. And my wife and my employee at the time, Nick Langer, who was running my Maple store, he actually helped coach me into the show. He's very good. They both kept coming up to him every 10 minutes. Said, we should open a gym like this. We should open a gym like this. I'm like, good Lord. So then they give me a few drinks on the airplane. And so between LAX and Omaha and about 7 cocktail napkins, we had a business plan. I signed a lease a week later. Opened up the first Iron Heaven, which was connected to the Rexius Nutrition warehouse because I needed a warehouse. And so I just gave the rest of the space to the gym. It's supposed to be a little hole-in-the-wall gym, heavy weights, loud music, no contracts because we hate that stuff. Hit capacity in 6 months. My neighbor owned another building on 132nd and Chandler, 132nd Harrison. Opened that one up a year later. And we had more members than the first gym did in 90 days. Bought out our neighbor, tripled the size of the gym to 13,000 square feet, and this last year hit capacity. So found another brand new building of 12,000 square feet in Gretna, just opened it, just broke our opening month record. We have no contracts, dumbbells go up to 200 pounds. It's 24-hour access. You don't even need to meet me. We actually used technology. You can actually buy your pass on your phone, get a barcode, and go in 24 hours a day, 365. And then we have the absolute best equipment anywhere here. We actually became dealers for the equipment companies, so we actually get all the concept pieces. Some of the turf we got is actually from Memorial Stadium. So we have turf, we have apparatus. I don't care if you're bodybuilding, general health, CrossFit, MMA, there's a spot for you there just to go and sling and bang weight and have some fun. And we have members all the way up to 88 years old, and that's who I do cardio with in the morning. So.
Okay, that's all I got for you, Tim.
Cool, appreciate it, man.